If you can understand these jokes, then your English is acceptably fantastic. I'm going to show you 10 jokes and then explain why they are funny. What do you call a London train that is full of professors? A tube of Smarties. Do you get it? So this is extremely funny. I'm trying to contain my laughter. So this is a pun on tube. So the London Underground trains are called the Tube. It's an informal word. If you want to find the London Underground, the train that travels generally underground, then you would call it the Tube. Professor is someone who teaches at a university and has lots of experience, so they are very smart. And Smarties are a brand of sweets that I particularly love, so I found this joke extremely hilarious. I was walking down the road when someone threw a lump of cheddar at me. That's not very mature, I said. Do you get it? This one is actually really hilarious. This plays on the word mature. Mature cheddar is a type of aged cheese, but mature also means behaving like an adult. I try to act mature sometimes. So throwing the cheese is childish, and so calling it not very mature is both a description of the cheese and the behavior. It's really funny. I bought a dog from a blacksmith, but when I took it home, it made a bolt for the door. Do you get it? This is a pun on the word bolt. A bolt can mean a sudden movement. For example, the dog running away. But it's also a piece of metal that a blacksmith might make. So you can also use this in a sentence. For example, I tried to speak to Paul, but he made a bolt for the tube. So he did something very quickly. It's really funny. Why did George Michael have chocolate on his face? Because he was careless with a whisper. Do you get it? Yeah, it's actually really funny. This is a pun on George Michael's song, Careless Whisper. George Michael was an extremely popular musician. He made some classic songs that are adored in the UK. And Wispa is a type of British chocolate bar. And I love this chocolate. It's extremely dangerous. I can eat lots of it because it's very light and melts in your mouth. So it's very easy to eat a lot of it. The joke changes careless whisper to careless with a whisper, suggesting that he got chocolate on his face. So he was careless, he wasn't paying attention, and he just got the whisper all over his face. Yeah. Who is the coolest guy in the hospital? The ultrasound guy. Who covers him when he's on holiday? The hip replacement guy. Do you get it? This is a pun on ultrasound, which is a medical scan, and ultrasound, very cool. Sound is used in some parts of the UK to mean that things are okay. That's a sound deal. So if something is sound, it's generally good. Hip replacement is funny because hip means both cool and a body part that gets replaced in a surgery. So the hip replacement guy could be a person doing hip replacement surgery or a cool substitute. The word hip It's not really used too often, but it's good to know what it means, and it can be used in a sarcastic or funny way, just like this hilarious joke. How do you make gold soup? 24 carats. Do you get it? This is a play on words between carats, which is a measure of gold purity, and carrots, the vegetable. The joke suggests that gold soup would be made with 24 carats instead of 24 carats of gold. There were 2 cargo ships at sea. One was carrying red paint and the other was carrying blue paint. The ships crashed into each other and the crews were marooned. Do you get it? This is a pun on marooned, which means stranded, but also refers to the color maroon, which is a mix of red and blue. So I'm sure all of the artists or sailors out there would have got this straight away, and if you didn't, then you can just laugh along and pretend that you understood it. Why was the Scarecrow promoted? Because he was outstanding in his field. Do you get it? This joke plays on outstanding. Outstanding in his field can mean both exceptionally good at his job and literally standing in a field, which is what scarecrows do. So the Scarecrow was promoted because he was outstanding in his field. So it has a double meaning there. It's quite a smart, intelligent joke. And like I said, if you're not sure if this is funny or not, you can just laugh along and pretend that you understand. Want some jokes about chimneys? I've got stacks of them. First one's on the house. Do you get it? This joke plays on chimney-related words. Stacks. Chimneys have stacks, but got stacks can also mean I have loads of something. I have stacks of money. Not really. I have stacks of books. Yes. On the house means for free. But chimneys are literally on the house. They are on the roof. If you go to a pub and your football team or the national English team have won the Euros or the World Cup, the people in the pub may say, drinks are on the house, which you may not really hear because unless you're playing the PlayStation, this is highly unlikely, but it means that something is for free. And also a chimney is something that Santa Claus goes down to deliver presents to everyone around the world. A father was washing his car with his son. His son says, "Daddy, why can't we use a sponge instead?" Do you get it? This is extremely funny because this is a misunderstanding joke. The phrase washing the car with his son can mean washing it together or using his son as a cleaning tool. The son misinterprets it and suggests using a sponge instead of himself. And for anyone out there, I highly recommend not using a human to clean your car because it's very inefficient. Try using a sponge, or better yet, just wait for it to rain and it will wash your car. Let me know in the comments if you understood these jokes. If you have any more, please feel free to write them in the comments and make everyone laugh. And don't forget, I have a fantastic free ebook for you. The link to download this completely free book is in the comments in my description. I have taught thousands of students from all around the world and collected some really useful tips to help you to improve your English very quickly with some practical tips. So go check it out. Understanding idioms is also a fantastic way to improve your English. So I highly suggest checking that video out somewhere here. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.